Hi everyone, so welcome to my latest video streaming, and today I'm going to be talking more than signing. I struggle to sign and talk at the same time. That's known as symptom. I prefer to just do signing or talking, try to separate them, because then I can speak more clearly or I can sign more clearly. So that's kind of been an ongoing challenge, a struggle with live video streaming is how can I apply, full access for those who are like me, who are deaf and hard of hearing, and hopefully the broader spectrum of disabilities. So captioning is probably the number one most difficult challenge for live stream because there's just not a lot of software out there that can do live streaming at an affordable price. You can pay to have third-party service, but that's about $150, maybe $180 an hour. So it's not really very sustainable for something like this, which is just a small little operation that I'm trying to start up. But hopefully you can see on my right here is a screen that is doing some captioning, and I'm just testing that out today. It's not going to be perfect because I have a deaf accent and it's going to struggle with that, but it's basically speech to text with artificial intelligence. And I found that the other day, it's a website they called webcaptioner.com. I'll link to that in my video description in a moment. But I really like it because it's free and it's super easy to use. You just go to the website, hit start captioning, and it gives you a wonderful, very clear display. I'm not sure which service it's using. I think it uses the Google Web Speech API. So it's pretty good. I don't know. So I'm still trying to figure out the best way to provide accessibility for my videos. So please, be patient with me as I, experiment and test different things. And I'll be sure to report, what I find works and what doesn't work. Maybe you saw a couple weeks ago, I did my first test video for my video instruction series called Introduction to Interactive LED Art. And what I did that week was I wrote a script, and I really wanted to have accurate captions. So I wrote the script and I pre-recorded myself talking and reading the script, and then I uploaded the audio to YouTube to generate the captions that way, and I could download a captioning file that I could fix myself, and it already had the time codes. So that was already a lot of work, leading up to that point. Then I wanted to be able to sign while I was giving my video. So I had the captions going with the sound of my voice, and at the same time I was trying to sign. But being deaf myself, it was actually kind of hard because I couldn't hear my pre-recorded voice. So I was relying on the captions that were also going out to the video, and if I couldn't see the captions, then it was hard for me to follow and sign. And then the other challenge was the pre-recorded aspect. Not great for live, because normally live you want to be flexible, you want to improvise, you want to maybe sort of see where the video takes you, and following a script is just, in fact, it was going too fast. I couldn't sign and keep up the pace with my voice. So I don't know if I will continue to do it that way. But today I'm going to try and have captions on my screen, and then later I go in and add the closed caption. This is called open caption, by the way, where everyone can see the caption. But it's going to be not accurate 100% of the time, especially with names and places. And so I'd like to go in and add closed captions afterwards. Okay, so I just have a few things I wanted to talk to you about. Today I'm not doing a video tutorial just yet. I'm still working very hard on it. My introduction to programming in Arduino with Arduino and the processing language in order to create a little light that will react to the sound of my voice or anything in the ambient environment with a microphone or a line input. And that's surprisingly difficult to do on an Arduino because it doesn't have a microphone. So to get around that, I had to use a laptop with processing in order to do the audio analysis. And that's a lot of fun. But then you have to figure out a way to send the audio data into the Arduino. So I used the USB serial. You can connect the USB printer cable, that's a USB A to B type cable, from your laptop to an Arduino, and then you have instantaneous communication. So anyway, I'm not going to go too in-depth in that yet because I'm still working on that tutorial. It's taking me a little while. I want to do screenshots and show the process of downloading the software and installing dependencies such as libraries for the audio analysis. So it's fairly time-consuming, but I want to do a good job with that and not rush it. So please bear with me while I'm continuing to work on that video. And as soon as it's ready, I'm going to upload a video as well as probably the written introduction with the video with pictures. I'm actually doing GIF animations so you can see where I'm clicking. I'm going to do a live stream to kind of maybe review what the video covers and maybe offer you a chance to ask questions about the video or what you'd like to see in the future going forward. I want to give a shout out to people who are supporting my Patreon account. That's really new for me. It's very exciting to try to just to put myself out there, and I think I have a lot to share in the work that I do with interactive LED art. And so it's been a giant experiment. It's kind of very motivating, really like these, and I want to create content that is useful to you. So if you have suggestions to what you'd like to see on my Patreon account, that's patreon.com/Myles de Bastion. Please let me know. And I'm trying to offer a thing for the public, everyone can see, but also some special tiers where if you support me through Patreon, I'll share things like the source code for my tutorial. And I'll eventually release the source code to everyone as open source, but I don't want to incentivize something, if you want to be the first to have access to my tutorial, then go through Patreon. And I really appreciate your support, so thank you to my supporters out there. Okay, what else? Yes, another big thing that's happening is you probably can't see the full extent of my workshop, but it's quite cluttered. It's a little bit overflowing, just so to speak, because it's a small space. It's about 400 square feet, and my project is getting bigger and bigger, and I work with more and more people. So this space has been great, but it's sort of also putting a ceiling on what I can do. So I'm really excited to announce that I put down a deposit on a bigger workshop, and I will be moving at the end of this month. So that's going to be great because I can set up a dedicated video and live streaming area, and that'll save me a lot of time because right now I have to set up everything for like an hour or two just to get ready to do a video like this, and I just love to be able to just hit one button almost and just start streaming. So that'll allow me to do content more often. The other great thing will be more workshops for myself and my team, my volunteers at my nonprofit Semester, and my contractor at Audio Devices. They can all come in and work with me and conduct a dedicated station maybe for electronics, dedicated area for digital art and programming. We'll have a variety of computers set up. And really my vision for this new space, because I now have a bigger space, about twice as big as this one, 800 square feet. I'll be able to set up a dedicated area for light, and you can see I have sun going on behind me, but really I want to do more with professional DMX light fixtures, projection mapping, and of course, these LED fixtures. I have a lot of fixtures that I'd like to hang up and just be able to offer to the community to come in and experiment, play with it, program it, create content for it, offer it more like a makerspace feel for people that are interested in interactive multimedia. There's plenty of makerspaces here in Portland, Oregon that focus on woodworking and metalworking, but there's nothing really focusing on like more digital art and creating interactive digital art experiences. So that's my ultimate vision for this new page, and I'll be documenting progress as I set up this new shared makerspace. And I invite you also to join me if you're in the area. Contact me. I'm happy to give you a tour of the space and my work. I'll be offering membership tiers to the new space if you'd actually like to come in and have access maybe one day a week, or even rent a desk. Maybe you'll see it's an increase in the overhead. The rent goes up, so I have to figure out a way to make it sustainable. So I'm really excited about that. That's happening at the end of September. I'll be opening up, let's say the end of October. That's my target for inviting memberships to the new audiovisual interactive digital art makerspace. I need a better name for that. So. Let me know. What else? Oh yeah, something came in the other day. I'm really excited about this. This is my new prototype. I'm going to switch cameras over here. Okay. Just about getting the focus. There you go. You don't have to get the focus right. So, let's go back. So, what is this? This is a prototype. I'm not going to go into too many details just yet because, it's subject to change. But the idea is a very compact, small little microcontroller just dedicated to audio analysis. It'll have a microphone. It has a microphone. It has a line-in level input. And it has audio analysis chips. And it also has wireless communication with Bluetooth and over a Wi-Fi network. So I do have one LED on here, but I'm entertaining the idea of maybe just also a connector that you can, maybe screw terminal, so you can plug in more LED and have it control your LED. But the thinking behind this is more focused on a high level of audio analysis of instruments, of voices. Maybe you want to set it up to record the environmental audio. So you'll be able to transmit audio data in high fidelity over a wireless network. So that's kind of exciting for me because I can see a lot of applications which will apply to my especially like full stage design, where I want to be able to target individual sources of sound, such as a band, maybe a guitar player would have one, a vocalist would have one, a bass player would have one. Each one will be able to analyze the source of that particular instrument, and then that data will be then sent to maybe a master device. It could be a laptop, it could be another microcontroller, and that will take all of the data and be able to turn that into light, basically. So it'll analyze the data and transform sound into light, movement, and color. Kind of like what you can see behind me is a sort of a prototype. Well, not a prototype, it's been like 3 years now. There's a somatic start, but if I whistle, you can see that the high frequency mapped to purple or violet, and the low frequency, the constant rumble, a hum that I can't hear myself. Maybe it's the whir of my laptop band. It's a lower frequency, and that red and orange colors. So that's a big part of what I do is create the intricate relationship between sound data and light. So we'll get more to that in the video series. I'd like to be able to show you, it's kind of the basis of how I approach doing that from a programming point of view, but also from maybe more of a software graphical user interface point of view. So yeah, what else? Oh yeah, again, very busy month for me. I'm performing and presenting. I'll be performing at the 100 Best Nonprofits event hosted by Oregon Magazine, the Oregon News Magazine. And that'll be at the Sentinel Hotel on October 4th. I'm not sure if it's a public event though. You might have to pay to get in. But I definitely will share more information about my show behind the scenes, what I'll be bringing, and what I'll be performing with. What else? Next week? No, not even this week. On Saturday, I'm giving a presentation at the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, also known as OMSI. And that's as part of the OMSI Mini Maker Fair event. It's a 2-day event from Saturday to Sunday this weekend. And I will be presenting, what will I be presenting? I'll be presenting my very latest prototype of mapping sound harmony to color harmony. And that's a whole level of sophistication that's brand new. I'm really excited to not give away everything, but show like a demo of what's possible when you start thinking in terms of note-specific mapping, more than just, a wide range of frequency bands. So you could do a lot of cool things, including make music without having to hear anything. And that's actually the reason why I started doing that 5 years ago, and feel like I'm getting really close to hitting my holy grail target of seeing sound, or seeing the music. What is the note that the bass player plays? What is the note that the singer is hitting? What key are we in? What octave? What the timbre? What the dynamics? So I want to see all of that information very visually, so that I can then make music again. Really, I struggled to make music for a long time because of my hearing loss. So I'm really excited for all this new development, and I'll be presenting about that at the OMSI Mini Maker Fair this September 12th. I think September 12th, Saturday, at 12:30 p.m. In the innovation stage. So I will share information about that on my social media page and on my Patreon. I have more things in the works, but I think that's probably a good place to call it. I didn't want to keep going. So look out for my new videos tutorial. I can't really give a definitive date when it'll be done, but I am working very hard every day, a little bit more to get done. I appreciate you supporting my work, for tuning in. Until next time, guys. All right, have a good one. Bye.